YT family, is NYC Chocolate 7777, and I'm coming in with the video response in reference to a question that was posed by Mama Rose for proof that weight loss surgery works. And the topic at hand was self-perception. How do we see ourselves now while we're in the process of our journey, going through our journey, or in maintenance of our journey? How do you continue to see yourself and to, measure your progress? And I just wanted to show, I found another picture of me back when I was 232 pounds. And I don't have many pictures at all. I mean, it's amazing to me to look at myself in these pictures now and just, see what a difference. And that's why I said I had to come on and do this video, because self-perception is something that, I've worked on throughout my journey. And sometimes now I still have to work on, because, being overweight for the past 30 odd years, I still sometimes don't see myself the way that others see me. So I'm going to go ahead and just talk about the questions that were posed and give my take on the questions. Skinny or fat? I don't see myself as skinny. I see myself as thin. Then the next question was thin or obese. Thin again. Obese is such an ugly word. I remember one time, I may have been about 14, 15, and I was shopping with my mom, and she was getting frustrated because we couldn't find anything in my size. Back then, they didn't have, plus size for kids. They only had plus size for women. And, it was hard school shopping and things of that nature. And my mom, and I know she didn't mean it the way that it came out, but she said, "You're just obese." And it just like crushed my spirit. I was already dealing with a lot of things. Being a teen, number one, that's an issue in itself. And my parents had divorced, so I was, stressed about that. Just the general things of a teenager, going to school, fitting in, high school, boys, all of that kind of stuff. So that added a lot to my weight gain and to my going up to 232 pounds. Healthy or not? Definitely healthy. How do you describe yourself? I would now describe myself as a person who is healthy, who is health conscious, who is aware of things that I put into my body for nourishment. I make sure that I always protein first. I get in my water. I do have treats. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that, oh, I never, have something that I shouldn't have, because I do, But that's part of the journey. You can't, just not have things that you've enjoyed in your life. But you just have to know your limits. And that's what I definitely know, my limits. How do others describe you? I would say that others look at me and think, oh, she's so thin, she's so skinny. And, it's funny how somebody said that to me a couple of weeks ago at work. Oh, well, you wouldn't know the struggle of, being overweight. And I just thought to myself, if you only knew. If you only knew. What do you see when you look in the mirror? That's an excellent question. What I see when I look in the mirror is I see myself, at my current weight, which is 130 pounds. I do see myself at that weight. But then I can also see this Helena as well. Sometimes I do still see the 232 pound Helena. And I have to tell myself, this is no longer you. It was you, but it no longer is you at this moment. Because sometimes we still do deal with issues of, things are not perfectly the way that you want your body to be shaped, and, something may jiggle here or a ripple there. But like I always say, nobody is perfect. If we were perfect people, then there would be no liposuction, no plastic surgery, no need for a gym if we were all perfect. The only perfect person is him up above. So I will never be perfect, but I love the skin that I'm in now. I could say that without a doubt. I love the skin that I am in right now. Okay, this next question goes along with that. Are you happy with what you see? Yes, I am over the moon with what I see now when I look at myself in the mirror. When others look at me, and they see that I'm so confident, I'm happy, I'm free now because I have the ability to move without restrictions, without constraints. I can, do anything that I want to do because I no longer have that weight holding me down like an anchor. Has your view of who you were and who you are now different than you imagined? Excellent question. My view of who I am now is totally, totally different than what I imagined. I never imagined myself, being 130 pounds, being size 4, size 2 sometimes, depending on, what it is that I'm wearing. I never imagined myself being thought of as quote unquote skinny, thin, petite, having a nice shape. Just everything has changed as far as my life, as far as perception of other people. Men treat you totally different when you're thinner than when I was 232 pounds. Everyone looks at you different, and that's just the way that the world is. The world is superficial, judgmental, it's always thin as in. But that's not the reason why I had weight loss surgery. I had weight loss surgery to be healthy, to be happy with who I was and who I am. And, being thinner, that's something that comes along with the journey. That's something that I wouldn't trade for the world. So I just want to say, family, self-perception is something that we are going to have to work on, because you're not going to see yourself the way others see you all the time. And it's still, like I said, it still takes me sometimes to look at myself in the mirror and say, wow, you're no longer that old Helena. Everything about you has changed. The way I move has changed. The way I do things has changed, because now I have the ability to, just take off. And that's what I want us to do. To take off, family. To live. Rock your journey the way you need to rock your journey. I say this all the time. Don't worry about anybody else's journey. Do what works for you, and do what your doctor, your surgeon, the rules that you were given to follow for your journey, use them. Use them, use them. Drink your water. Get your protein in. Eat your fresh fruits and vegetables. Do the work and you will reap the results. All right, family. This is NYC Chocolate 7777 saying, come on, let's own our journeys. Let's rock our journeys. Let's live our lives to the best of our abilities. All right, family. Love and kisses. Have a great night.